Opry Next Stage Artist for September 2021, Nico Moon. That kind of sounds like paradise, doesn't it? On radio and television all over the world.
Yeah, thank y'all for playing it. It's my brand new single.
You can get a white balance for television off those teeth.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Boy, a lot of things have happened in the short time since last you visited us. One of these doggone days, we're going to get you in studio rather than doing this Zoom bit. But thank you for making time for us under any technology, okay? We really appreciate it. It looks like you've stepped into the Gibson Guitar Store or any of the guitar outfits in Nashville, but you're at a home studio. Is that right?
Yeah, this is my recording studio I built at my home. This is where I make all my music.
And are you in Nashville, or where do you make your home these days? Yeah?
Yeah, I'm in Nashville.
And Charlie, you were just
I'm from Georgia, but I've been in Nashville for about 5 years now.
I didn't know if you were back and forth.
Yeah, we just got to hang out at the Opry, not this past Friday, but a week ago Friday, which was really cool. And, it's interesting, Nico. Everybody along the way to success has a story that if you embrace it well, it's a humbling story, but if you embrace it well, it can be inspiring. I remember one time we interviewed Margot Price before her Opry debut, and she talked about this show that she thought was going to be a big songwriters festival, and she played to 5 people in a cardboard cutout of Kenny Chesney. And you have a wonderful story. Would you tell the Gumball Machine story, please? And I think this is so perfect.
Oh yeah, sure. So back when I was playing bars, and just sometimes I play restaurants too around Georgia. When I was first getting started, I got booked to play this Mexican restaurant called Mexico Lindo, and they wanted me to play out on the patio while everybody was outside eating, and just play cover songs. Every once in a while I'd sneak in an original, but 90% covers. And I get there and it's raining. And so nobody's out on the patio. And the manager comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, we're going to need you to play inside today because nobody's out here eating because it's raining." I was like, "Okay, well, where do you want me to set up?" And he was like, "That's the thing, man. It's pretty packed in here. There's not really any room. So we're going to need you to set up in the entryway." And I was like, "The entryway? What are you talking about?" And you know how sometimes you walk into a restaurant and you kind of walk into like a little bitty room with like little gumball machines and like newspapers.
Like a foyer.
And then then you walk into another door that's the actual restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I set up. Right next to the front door. So like as people were walking in, here I am right off to the side playing Sweet Home Alabama or something right in their ear.
And
it was brutal. It was just like my self-esteem was at an all-time low. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm just like ready. I'm like, I don't know how did I get here? Should I even be doing this in my life? Does anybody even care?
Yeah, you're looking in the rearview mirror on your way home saying to yourself, "What is wrong with you? Why are you putting yourself through there?"
Yeah.
But you thought you had one fan, right?
Yeah, this little, probably he's about 10 years old kid comes up to me. He's watching me for like a whole song. So I'm like, "Hey, all right, it's my little saving grace. This is my little buddy. At least he likes it, And when I get done, I was like, "Hey, buddy, you like music? You want to is there any song you want to hear?" And he was like, "Oh, no, man. I just want some gum." and apparently I was like sitting in front of a gumball machine. Brutal. But I'll tell you what, check this out.
We don't know what's going to happen next.
Oh, he's going to get his gumball machine.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
I keep a gumball machine in my recording studio to remind me of that moment when I was probably the closest I ever got to giving up, to never give up.
Oh, it's a beautiful story. You need to take. That needs to be a stage prop as well. You need to have that somewhere on stage every night. Bring it with you to the opera. You can put it over there next to us at the podium. We'll take good care of it, but make sure the audience can see that. Beautiful story from the September Opry Next Stage artist, our friend Nico Moon, who has written successfully for everybody from Dierks Bentley and Zach Brown, Rascal Flatts, Morgan Wallen, and now doing so well on his own. So when did you find out that? How do you get the news you're going to be the next stage artist? Do they surprise you kind of like they do with an Opry invite or something like that?
My manager told me. Yeah, my manager told me, and I was through the roof about it. It's such an honor. I mean, to even just be in the same vicinity as a lot of the artists that have been fortunate enough to be Next Stage artists in the past is such a blessing. I'm a lucky guy, and I can't even believe that this is my life, but I'm thankful it is.
Let's do a little family tree here. Your dad's name, please.
Chris.
Chris, that you just wrote that beautiful song about. Now, Chris he was a great drummer, but gave that up for a steadier life, and he was a truck driver, and your mom was a waitress. What's your mom's name?
Valerie. Yeah.
So
my dad drove a truck his whole life.
And you were born in Tyler, Texas, is that right? And then you guys moved to Georgia later?
Yeah, my mom got a job to get her out of being a waitress, working as a customer representative for a temporary staffing agency, making $19,000 a year, and that was more money than we'd ever heard of. So we literally packed everything up in our station wagon and moved from Texas to Georgia for that job.
And how old were you at this point, Nico?
I was 10.
So Georgia's home in so many ways. I mean, that's where your formative years. And so how old are you when you get to Nashville?
I was 28.
And in that song, you talk about stealing the girl's heart. Who's this little girl you've been around named Anna? Tell me about Anna.
Yeah, so Anna's my wife, but she's also my co-writer on all my songs. So we wrote that song together. We write all my music together. So it's very much a family thing.
I'm just thinking in the back seat of a station wagon as a 10-year-old kid driving from Tyler, Texas to Georgia. That's a long trip if you got iPads, iPods, DVD players. You probably had none of that back then, right, Nico?
No, we didn't have none of it, man. It was, but it's weird. I never had a problem traveling. That's how I knew I was built for the road, because my parents used to always talk about the fact because we'd always come home every Christmas to visit family. And I just look out the window and just, play little mind games with myself, like pick out different colors of things and, just keep myself busy, and I was never, are we there yet type of kid,
You say that Anna sings like Amy Winehouse. I read that in an article somewhere.
Yeah.
And she describes herself more of a jazz vocalist with kind of a pop mix behind it.
She is, yeah. If you took Billie Holiday and Amy Winehouse and put them together, it's kind of what she sounds like.
Whoa,
she's phenomenal.
That's a good combination. Yeah.
Have you seen your finished piece, your Opry introductory piece that's playing before the curtain goes up each night to the audiences at the Opry House yet?
Yeah, I got lucky because the last time that I played last week, they actually played it for the first time right before I went on stage. So I was actually standing on the stage looking at the big screen behind me, watching it before the curtain came up.
Good for you. I'm happy to hear that. I'm glad, because if not, it was going to be required viewing on your part. Well, we wrap up our
Bill
visit.
did an amazing job with it. He absolutely killed it.
Yeah, it was terrific. And including, we talked about Anna, your wife. What was the uniqueness of your honeymoon? Wasn't there something? I didn't get to see it all in one run, so I picked up bits and pieces along the way.
Oh, we got married in Scotland.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Castle or no castle?
Castle. I swear we had a castle, man. It was weird. One of her friends, his girlfriend, comes from a very wealthy family, and she was like, y'all can just go out there and hang out at my family's house. And we thought it was going to be a house. We get there and there's turrets on this daggone house. It's like, this is a castle. It was amazing.
There are pictures of it in the video in this presentation I'm talking about. It's kind of it's just.
We got married in the backyard, kind of in the woods, and it was beautiful. And the neighbor was a 80-year-old bagpipe player, like this true. It's true of a Scotsman as you can get. And he came over and played an old traditional wedding song on the bagpipes. And it was just us two in the woods and our friend who married us. And it was great.
It's in the introductory bio that you will see this month. Even if Nico's not there, it still plays as a part of the warm-up before the curtain goes up at 7 o'clock. Our September Opry Next Stage artist. So why Scotland, quickly, before we finish?
We just so happened to be over there because Anna was signing a record deal with Decca Records, which is one of the most famed jazz record labels in the world. And so we just so happened to be in England. And that's when we found out that our buddy who was with us, his girlfriend had this house in Scotland. She was like, y'all just go up there since you're already over there and hang out for a few days. Nobody's there. And so that's when when I say we got married, it was very like out of nowhere. Like, we were already engaged, but we were planning a traditional wedding. But when we found out there was, that we were just going to head up there for a few days after being in England, we were like, let's just get married up there. And it literally, like, we decided this within a matter of just a couple of days.
Yeah, so it's 15th century traditional.
There you go.
Is the way it turned out.
Yeah.
Nico,
But
love
we had a
our
big
visits.
party when we got home, though.